Let's turn to Natchez, where an officer is behind bars tonight. He's charged with beating someone who he was supposed to protect. His own family called 911. 34-year-old Officer Brandon O'Neill, on the force just 1 year, was arrested Friday after a domestic dispute with his companion. A family member called police. Once investigators confirmed O'Neill was an officer, the case was handed to the Adams County Sheriff's Office. He's now charged with simple assault domestic, identified as the aggressor. He's on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation.